At least once a week, I get asked the question, Dwayne, what's the best first pistol I should buy? What's a good, reliable pistol? For a beginner, what should I get?
Yeah, I dare man to tell me there's no God. I dare man to tell me it's all lies. Where was you at? We was riding through the trap with a trunk full of crack going against all odds. Was you around when they gunned me down and life passed before my eyes? Nah, you around as I write this down. I pay attention as the dead letters rise, dead letters.
My go-to answer is always get yourself a Glock. Start out by showing you that these firearms are clear, nothing in the magazine. Magazine well empty, nothing in the chamber. Clear firearm. A Glock is a Glock and everything else is not. That's what they say. Nothing in the magazine. Magazine well's empty, nothing in the chamber. So, cleared firearms. So what do I mean by a Glock is a Glock and everything else is not? Glocks are the most reliable pistols that you're gonna find, period. Now, a lot of people can argue that, but historically speaking, they have the history to back up that statement. Everything else is not. Now, I'll also say a Glock is a Glock because they all look the same. They're shaped the same. The triggers are the same. The slides are, operate the same. Even though they have various calibers within the Glock family, they all look the same. Now, you might find some with different colors, different sizes, but they're going to operate the same way. They all are going to have that long trigger press. You're talking about a 7-pound trigger or so, and you're talking about a trigger that's going to have a lot of take-up. What I mean by take-up is that slack that you have when you pull the trigger before it hits what's called the wall. So see all of that slop, which is about 5/16 of an inch? And that slop is there all the way until I get to what's called the wall. Once I get the wall, the trigger will stop, and I apply pressure beyond that point, it will release the firing pin. There you go. Very heavy trigger. Some people hate it. Some people love it. That's to get rid of some of that slop and that long wall is why I upgraded to this Timney performance trigger. So if you see this one, it has that take up, but it has a much lighter, crisper trigger, and then a very short reset. Reset is once you release, how long does it take to reset or for you to be able to pull that trigger again? Very short reset. Watch the reset on this other pistol. Long reset, harder reset. And by the way, this here is the Glock 17. This is the Glock 19X. What's the difference? First of all, the Glock 17 is the OG of the Glock family. It's the OG. Very long slide, nice long grip. The Glock 19X is a cross between the Glock 19 and the Glock 17. It has the Glock 17 large grip, but it has the Glock 19 short slide. My guy Camo, he loves this here Glock 19. It has a smaller little frame, but at the same time, it got a big grip. I like it also. If I had to have a pistol with me, if I was going into, say, a cold, dirty, muddy area, I would definitely take the Glock 19X. I love the small compact size. I love the light and the laser on this pistol. I love the red dot on the pistol. Love everything about it. The only reason I would pick the Glock 19X over the Glock 17 is because of that longer slide. Now, what makes the difference? The difference comes in when you have a shorter slide. That means has a shorter travel back and back forward to reset and chamber another round so you can pull that trigger and get off another round. The longer the slide, the longer the reset. So that's why I like the 19X, shorter slide. Also, having this shorter slide makes this pistol a little easier to conceal. As you can imagine, you don't have this long slide going down um, inside the waistband or outside the waistband holster. The shorter the slide, the more comfortable you're gonna be, regardless of where you carry. Appendix, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. The shorter the slide, the easier it's gonna be to conceal. When you have a Glock, you also have the ability to widely accessorize these pistols. Glocks themselves has about the largest aftermarket accessory capability out there. You can accessorize this pistol just about any way you want. Different back straps, modified slide. You can have the slide milled, or you can throw in what's called an adapter to receive your red dot. And that's something else I'll mention to you. A lot of people think that if their slide is not milled, meaning cut out to receive a red or green dot directly onto the slide, they feel that they have to cut their slide to receive this dot. If you look real close, what I did was I put my slide in a vise. I removed the rear sight and installed this adapter plate in place of my rear sight. And then your red or green dot bolts directly to this adapter plate. I did that on the Glock 17. Also did that on this Glock 19X. See that little adapter plate? Now, some might say, well, I don't trust that, I don't know. Listen, I've had this adapter plate on here for a while. I've taken thousands of shots through this pistol, thousands of rounds through it, and this plate has not moved. This dot has not moved. I can guarantee, I can bank on, I can speak on these adapter plates. They stay right where you put them once you install them. Love it. Let me tell you something else. A lot of people may not know about the Glock 17 and the Glock 19X. Since these two pistols have the same grip, I can take a magazine and put it into my Glock 17. Guess what else I can do? Take that magazine right up out of the Glock 17 and put it right into the Glock 19X. That's slick. That's slick when you can have one magazine for multiple different pistols. That's real slick. Now, if you were to get the regular Glock 19, not the 19X, but the Glock 19, you cannot take a Glock 19 magazine and put it in the Glock 17. But you can take a Glock 17 mag and put it in the Glock 19X. That's slick. It's another good reason to have these two pistols in particular. Because if you ever need to carry two pistols and you have one big stack of magazines that can fit each one, you're cooking with gas. Cooking with gas, in my opinion. Both of these pistols have lights on them. I really like this push button light right here, where you can just push the button right on the side. I don't like the light on this 19X as much because you got this little leverage you got to kind of push down on. I'm not really a fan of that, especially in, you know, some intense situation or rush situations. You got to like push down. Having a light switch like right here where your finger naturally is gonna go or want to go, is it's better in my opinion. You know, easier to reach. I can go from the light to the trigger, the light to the trigger, the light to the trigger, or up to the slide. I like this setup a lot better. So, if you had to, or if you ask me, what would be your best choice for a first pistol? A Glock. Specifically speaking, I would say start out with the Glock 17. You're talking about a sub $1,000 gun. Both of these are a sub $1,000 gun. But this right here is just the OG. Sometimes having that longer slide helps you because you have a longer sight line to look down when you're trying to aim. Sometimes that's good. When you're thinking about concealing a firearm, you want a shorter slide. So just things to consider. A Glock.